This is a brief overview of the Retirement Gap Modeler. The purpose of the Retirement Gap Modeler is to show how much retirement income can be generated by Social Security and by qualified plans offered by companies, and how those income levels are less significant and less sufficient at higher income levels than at lower income levels. You can see that in the graph that's being displayed now. At $50,000, the Social Security program generates about 38% of final pay, and the 403B plan, typical or similar to the 401k plan, generates about 29% of final pay, leaving only a 12% gap for this individual if their objective was to achieve an 80% of final pay retirement income. At the higher income levels, the gap is much more significant because Social Security obviously becomes a less meaningful number. It's capped out at about $26,000 these days, and the amount that can be put into qualified plans is capped at $17,500 plus a $5,500 makeup, and so the amount that can be accumulated is less significant as a percentage of final pay. So the gap at $750,000 is 63%. Obviously, that means these individuals need other vehicles, either sponsored by the company or a much greater reliance on personal savings. There are inputs that can be changed to modify what's being shown. For example, I can look at instead of age 40, I can change it to age 50-year-old. I can modify the retirement income percent that's being targeted from, let's say, 80% to 70%. I can change how much I'm contributing of my salary each year from 10%, let's say, to 15%. If I'm looking at a 50-year-old, then I might want to change the number of years that savings have been going on prior to now from, let's say, 0 to, let's say, 10. And I can also change the rate of compensation growth. Some additional inputs: I can change the start year for the analysis, and importantly, I can change the investment return that is assumed. So pre-retirement, I might be investing at a more aggressive 5, 6, 7%, but post-retirement, my 403B and 457B accounts might be much more conservatively allocated, so I might change it to, let's say, 3%. And as I make these changes, the results are going to be reflected in the graph. And then there's a numeric summary available on the right-hand side here. So that's a brief overview of the Retirement Gap Modeler.